as you keep on walking on the spiritual path, sooner or later you will begin to look within. Look within and identify the mental objects that are there. In the beginning, you may become aware of your emotions, negative or positive. Later on, at some point, you may become aware of your thoughts. That's even more advanced. And later on, you may become aware of your motivations, your drives, desires, goals, plans, needs, habits, positive and negative, and so on. If you keep looking within, at some point you will become aware of your beliefs. What is the operating system of this mind-body organism, right? Then you may also become aware of your sensations. Sensations, generally speaking, are the easiest. So becoming aware of this internal world, of all these mental objects, is what is called introspection. And becoming aware is what opens the door to the possibility of changing things. Stop feeling upset by minute situations. And changing things means changing these mental objects, especially those that make you suffer. Without becoming aware, there is no option. Without becoming aware, the only option is distraction, meaning you're feeling upset, irritated, whatever, and you just label it as, I'm feeling bad. And then you reach for the refrigerator and you eat something. Or you have a glass of wine. Or who knows what. But successful introspection depends entirely on becoming aware. Now, if you're serious about the path, you will do good introspection and you will find ways to modify the mental contents in the mind-body system that will be more or less successful, but you will do some serious work around the mental objects. And at some point, it will dawn on you, especially if you begin to read Advaita books and watch Advaita videos, that this awareness, that this looking into the thoughts in the head, the feelings, the emotions in the body, the sensations through the senses, and so on, is like a camera. It's looking up, it's looking down. It's like a camera that is seeing, looking, becoming aware. And then at some point you will be amazed by what this camera is about. Because this camera that is looking into your thoughts is capable of seeing your thoughts. This camera that is capable of looking into the emotions that's something really amazing. When this camera looks into the emotional state of the body and recognizes that emotional state. That's an amazing event. Yes, obviously it's capable of looking through the senses, no doubt about it, but it goes much farther. It's capable of looking into your thoughts. It's capable of looking into your emotions. It's capable of looking into your belief system. It's capable of looking into your motivations. What type of camera are we talking about? What is this eye, E-Y-E, that is looking? And the whole process of introspection should bring you to that point of astonishment where you begin to ask yourself, what is this? What is this observation? That's another word, right? The observation of the thoughts, the observation of the emotion. What is this observation? So the whole process leads you to that point. And then you may begin to explore this camera, try to understand how it works. And you may notice eventually that this looking, this awarenessing, this observation is non-dual. Not only that, it's constant. It stays there all day long. Even when you are asleep, it's watching the dreams. So it's non-dual, it's constant, and also it has no form. These three conditions, which can be noticed, makes this looking, this observation, completely apart from any other mental object. All the other mental objects are the opposite. They are dualistic, positive or negative. They are coming and going. They are not constant. And they have form because you can distinguish one particular emotion from another particular emotion. Same thoughts. Therefore, they do have form. Subtle perhaps, but they do have form. But the looking does not have form. It's just looking. Neither is coming and going. It's there all the time. Neither is dual. It's not dual. There is no positive looking or negative looking. The content could be positive or negative, but the looking is just looking. It's perceiving. Is the perceiving, is the observation, is the observing. This thing that is found in the process of introspection towards the end of the process, this amazing thing that is inside all of us, you, everybody, is God within, no less. Is the divine within, is consciousness, which should be a verb actually, is consciousnessing. A verb describes it better. It's the consciousnessing of the present moment. It's the observing that is happening, the observing of the present moment. It's the perceiving of the present moment. So this thing, quote thing, because it's not a thing either, it's a no thing. But it gives meaning to everything else. Because without observation of the things have no meaning. We could not know that they are there. So what can you do with this understanding? This understanding opens the door to awakening. Because sooner or later you realize that the perceiving of the present moment or of any mental object arising in the present moment, the perceiving is the divine. In the Bhakti paradigm, is the God that you were looking for. God within. The perceiving. And then at that moment, in the process of introspection, you are this close to awakening. One more thing needs to happen there. You have recognized the divine inside the mind-body organism. Now you need to see that the I, the me, is not there. Through introspection, through looking within, looking for that I, for that me, eventually you come to the conclusion that it is not there. You give up after trying many times. Please try to find that I, that me, inside the mind-body organism, and good luck. You will never find it. You will only find thoughts about me and I, and feelings also. But this is mental stuff. This is not a real self. That little self that we thought was somewhere in the mind-body organism, and we call it I, or with your name, that little self is not there. So look, once you have realized that there is consciousness inside the mind-body organism, and there is no self, no little self inside the mind-body organism, you put two and two together, and that's awakening. Oh, I don't exist as a little self, but there is consciousness, undifferentiated consciousness. The one only consciousness in the universe is here. Not my consciousness, the one undifferentiated consciousness. Why is undifferentiated? Because it has no form. So it's undifferentiated. So when you realize that there has been going on a looking into the emotions, looking into the thoughts, looking into the motivations, looking into the sensations, perceiving all these mental objects. There has been all this in the process of introspection. There has been all this perceiving. At that moment, you need to notice the perceiving. not just knowing intellectually that it's there, but noticing it. And the noticing is kind of an intuitive trick. Nothing difficult, but you need to look at all the sensory input that is happening and step back from it a little bit and notice that there is perceiving of this stuff, this information, sensory information. That noticing that there is awareness or consciousness, that there is looking, that there is perceiving, that noticing is essential to move forward, to continue moving forward. Awareness needs to be recognized in the human experience, which means needs to be noticed in the human experience. As you before noticed the presence of emotions, you noticed the presence of thoughts. Same thing, you need to notice the presence of awareness. And if you're having difficulties to take this step, to notice the presence of awareness, I would suggest that you make an appointment, a coaching session with me, and see if I can help you to notice the presence of awareness, because you have to complete that step for awakening to happen. Learn to notice the presence of awareness. And then realize also that it's not you noticing awareness, it's awareness noticing itself. Awareness becoming aware of itself, because you, as the little self, you are not there as the little self. Try as you may, you will never find that little self. But awareness is real.